predators who attack soldiers and civilians. They ruin lives and destroy hope. They kill morale and weaken our army, but they aren't enemy soldiers or terrorists. They're sexual predators, and they're in our own ranks. For those who have their sights set on the sexual assault of a fellow soldier or a civilian, only one thing stands in their way. All of us. Sexual assaults happen on post, off post, even in theater. Each year, about 1,000 sexual assaults are allegedly committed by soldiers of the United States Army, and hundreds more go unreported. The victims are females and males. The crimes are aggravated sexual assault, abusive sexual contact, attempted rape, and rape.
Sexual assault is more than just an individual being drug off into the bushes, and that's probably at one end of the spectrum. Sexual assault is any inappropriate touching or groping that's unwanted and unappreciated.
Sometimes, the victims are new recruits, willing to risk their lives for their country and their team members. Other times, they're civilians, often part of the Army community. And sometimes, the victims are even fellow soldiers in theater.
Sexual assault in theater is especially vile because this person that you're with, you're fighting side by side with, you're living in the same area with, you're constantly around. And to harass this person, to sexually assault this person, it's just wrong. This is someone here that you're going out the wire with, that your life is in their hands.
A successful unit is built on trust because everything that we do in the Army revolves around trust. Especially when you go into combat, you have to be able to trust and rely on your battle buddies. If you don't have that, you're not going to be able to accomplish your mission, whatever it is. A sexual assault within a unit pretty much destroys the trust, the foundation of trust within the entire unit.
Specialist Veronica Alfaro is a medic who received the Bronze Star for valor in Iraq.
I trusted my fellow soldiers completely. I knew they were looking out for me, and they knew that I was looking out for them. I was their medic, and I was going to do whatever I had to do to make sure they all got home safe. We trusted and believed in each other, and in a situation in a place like Iraq, that's all you have.
The harm and the damage done to a unit because of a sexual assault is far greater than a casualty in combat. When you have a casualty on the battlefield, a soldier's down, wounded, the soldiers within that organization gather around, they get the soldier off the battlefield to be doctored up, fixed up, and then returned back to the unit. When you have an assault within a unit, then not only do you lose that soldier as a victim, but you also fracture the camaraderie and the esprit de corps within that organization.
Often, the damage to the victim is below the surface.
Well, you get to see pictures of soldiers in Afghanistan and Iraq. And what happens if they're blown up by IEDs or gunshot wounds. You can see the effect that it has on their life. You can see that they lost a leg. You can see that. But you don't see how sexual assault or rape affects a soldier. It's not just about the act. It's not just about what happened in that moment. It's what happens afterwards, because that's the downhill.
Reporting a sexual assault is one of the toughest decisions a soldier can make.
I didn't know if I'd be seen as weak, or if I'd be called a liar, or if they'd just hush it up.
Some people wonder whether the Army is serious about sexual assault or sexual harassment. And I say that we are very serious about it. We're taking the problem head on. We've done a lot to create a culture where the victims feel comfortable coming forward to report these criminal acts. And we're holding offenders accountable. We could not be more serious about it.
holding offenders accountable, indecent assault, 180 days confinement, and bad conduct discharge. Aggravated sexual assault, 1 year confinement, and dishonorable discharge. Rape, 48 years confinement, and dishonorable discharge. And often, the consequences and penalties are even greater.
While I was in Korea, this sergeant got in trouble for sexually assaulting this private. He had came back to his room bragging about he had just slept with this new private who got here a couple of months ago. On the way to my barracks room, I saw the private in another female soldier's room, but she was crying. The next thing I knew, he was being taken out in handcuffs. He lost his rank, he lost his security clearance, he lost his wife and family.
You have so much more to lose in the Army when you commit sexual assault. Once you commit sexual assault, your 7 Army values have gone out the window. Your integrity, your honor. You lose the trust of your superiors and your fellow soldiers. You can lose your rank. That's what you have earned. That's what you have achieved. And it ultimately can be taken away in a matter of seconds by your actions.
The Army has added a lot of money and resources to increase the number of prosecutors and investigators to deal with the cases in a very short period of time, and also to add the resources to help the victims after a criminal act has occurred.
But the best solution is preventing the crime before it happens.
Intervening to prevent a sexual assault is the same as protecting your battle buddy that's under fire. It takes loyalty. It takes courage. It's your duty.
Are you going to stand there and watch one of your friends get shot at or injured and not do nothing? That's the same thing with sexual assault. If you see someone being sexually assaulted, you go in there and you get them out of that situation.
One day, me and my buddies was at this pool hall on our camp, and there was a drunk soldier there, and one female soldier entered by the pool hall side. Looked like she was waiting for us to finish the game. Well, the drunk soldier came up and started hitting on her, and it looked like she didn't want nothing to do with him. She told him no, pushing him away. Hey, so at that time, I went ahead and put my pool stick down, went over there, encountered him, and said, hey, why don't you go ahead and take a seat? I need to talk to her real quick. Went ahead and pulled him away. I believe I did them both a favor at that time, because I potentially did stop her from being assaulted, and I did stop him from ruining his Army career.
We've all been there. You see your buddy about to cross that line, go into that gray area, and you stop and you say, are you gonna do something? Do I wanna be that guy and go against my friend? Yes, you're gonna stop it. Step in and save that victim from getting hurt, live the Army values, and save your buddy from making a big mistake. So when you step in, you're not just preventing the victim from getting hurt, you're also preventing their buddy from hurting themselves.
I believe it takes a lot of courage to intervene with a sexual assault. You're saving that soldier from something that is going to harm them, not just physically, but mentally.
I think it takes a lot of courage for someone to stand up, but in the end, it is the right thing to do.
If one soldier stands up against sexual assault, another soldier is going to, and it's going to just trickle on down, and it'll make the unit stronger and the Army stronger.
Stopping sexual assault is a top priority for the Army. All of us have an obligation. If you witness a sexual assault, it's your duty to come forward and report that criminal act. If you're a victim, we ask for you to come forward so that we can take action against the criminal. This is about loyalty and integrity. It's about teamwork. We are one Army, and we all depend on each other. The soldier you protect today may be the soldier who saves your life tomorrow.
Together, we can defeat the threat of sexual assault. And when we do, we'll be a stronger Army for it.